everyone, it's Zelenka here, and I finally got my hands on the new iPhone 15 Pro Max, and I've already heard some people complaining about it overheating, about the glass shattering. We've all seen the Jerry Rig Everything video. So yeah, let's talk about it. Let me tell you my first impressions and let me tell you whether it makes sense for you to buy this phone. I was previously an iPhone 14 Pro Max user, so I'm gonna be kind of comparing these two and telling you if it's worth the upgrade. So what are you gonna notice first when you hold the phone in your hand? It's gonna be the weight. It's only 20 grams lighter, but you feel that. I don't know why, but it makes a huge difference. No joke there. If I didn't know it was lighter, I would tell you straight away that it is lighter. The edges are also a lot rounder, so the phone does not cut into your hand anymore. I had a lot of issues with my 14 Pro Max with this because the phone was heavy and the edges were pretty sharp, so every time I was trying to film something for a longer time from my hand, or I was, just capturing a photo or something, the phone felt heavy and it literally made my hand hurt from just holding the phone. We all know that the phone is made of titanium, and I've chosen the color natural titanium. And what does titanium make out of this phone? Well, it makes it stronger and lighter. So we're gonna see about the durability. I think that it will be more resistant to scratches. But we've all heard about the breakable back glass. I'm just really hoping that my back glass won't break because I'm literally so afraid of this. I've seen videos where people are disassembling the phone and they're basically saying that some plates which were helping to make the glass stronger were previously attached to the glass itself, and now they're attached to the phone. So we still have to see about that. I'm definitely not gonna be breaking this phone for you. I'm so sorry. Another change is the action button. I loved the button on the previous iPhones, the silence button, where you could just take your nail, you could just flip the switch, and you would basically see that it is red when your phone was in silent mode. So I was so sad that they actually introduced the action button because of this. Because with the action button, you no longer see if your phone is in silent mode. And me, as a software engineer, attending a lot of meetings, me as a studying student, going to lectures and everything, it just made total sense. I just had my phone resting somewhere and I could just have a quick look at it and see whether it is in silent mode or whether I have to put it into silent mode. But with the action button now, yes, you do get haptic feedback when you touch it. It is like on your headphones where you get a different haptic feedback or sound on your headphones, but you get a different haptic feedback when you turn it on and a different haptic feedback when you turn it off. But you have to touch the button in order to find out. So you would be like touching your button. Oh, this is the sound, or this is the haptic feedback for when it is turned off. Oh, this is the haptic feedback when it is for turned on. Did not like that much, but you can map it to a lot of shortcuts, for example, so it can open an app for you, do a specific task for you, so it does not have to be only mapped to silent mode, which is good for some people, but then again, couldn't they have added another button? Oh yeah, we get USB-C. Yeah, well, congrats Apple, you've finally made it, but yeah, we only get USB 2.0 on the other models, and you have to go for the Pro to get USB 3.0 transfer speeds, and then we get transfer speed up to 10 gigabits per second, which is around 20 times faster than we get on the previous model. And talking about charging, we still get 20-watt charging. Next thing you notice straight away is camera. So the camera improvements are pretty crucial here. If you want to upgrade, you might be considering upgrading because of the camera. Apple has been behind the competition for years with their telephoto lens, and we're finally getting a better telephoto lens. We can zoom in further with optical zoom, not digital zoom. So now we can zoom in 5 times instead of 3 times as it was on the previous model. And well, you might be wondering, that's not such a great difference. Will I see it as an end user? Will this be something for me? Definitely. I was at an air show today. I'm gonna show you the photos from the air show. I'm gonna show you the videos from the air show. And I'm telling you, it's the difference of having the people in the frame and having no people in the frame. Also, you're able to zoom in much further and people are actually staring at my screen. I was capturing the footage and people were just staring at my phone and looking at how gorgeous the footage looks. So if you're someone who likes to take pictures, who likes to shoot videos, then this is definitely a huge step forward. The videos look incredibly crisp and beautiful, the photos too. So if people say that the Pro Max model is not worth it, it is totally worth it. It is the model which is worth it the most currently. So talking about numbers, we still get a 48 megapixel main camera, we get a 12 megapixel telephoto with the 5x zoom, we get a 12 megapixel selfie, and we get a 12 megapixel ultra wide. I know people were wondering whether they have to step back a lot when they're capturing with 5x zoom compared to 3x, and no, honestly, no, it's not such a huge difference. Apple is claiming that you're now gonna get a 7-lens camera. That's wrong, and a lot of us know why it is wrong. It is wrong because when you're digitally zooming, it's not a different lens and you want that crisp photo, the full quality image, which you get only with optical zoom. So talking about optical zoom, we get the ultra wide, which is the 0.5x, we get the 1x. We do get different focal lengths, but these are only cropping into the picture. Then we get the 2x zoom, which is again cropped in, and we get the 5x zoom, which is optical zoom. But what Apple has done with their 5x zoom is pretty impressive. There is a tetraprism design, they call it, and they're able to mimic 120mm focal length, which is incredible. The sensor on the main camera is much bigger than ever before, so it is able to capture more light. Another nice update is that if you're now taking a photo of a person, let's say, or even of a pet, but let's talk about a person, you don't have to enter the portrait mode for it to detect that you're capturing a portrait. And when you capture the portrait, you can actually shift focus. So it captures some kind of depth in the picture, so that, for example, when you have one person standing in front and some people in the behind, you can decide whether or which people should be in the focus. It does work well, it is pretty impressive. Not such an impressive feature, but it's nice to have. But it only works if the other person is not too far away. So let's say he's 3 steps away from you, then even if you shift the focus, the person will still be blurred. We have action mode, so if you're filming zoomed in footage, then the phone is able to keep that footage steady, which is also great because the footage does not shake. Night mode now promises sharper details, and Smart HDR gets an update where it should capture skin tones more precisely. You're now able to capture ProRes to external media, which is crucial because we know ProRes takes up a lot of the space, so it actually totally makes sense to just plug in your external drive and you can capture the footage, and it is saved on your external device and not taking up space on your phone. Another feature is that you can now capture spatial videos. So let's say you have the Apple Vision Pro headset and you have the new iPhone, which is a pretty expensive combo, but let's say you have it, then you're able to capture videos, capture spatial videos, and you're also able able to watch them on the Apple Vision Pro, so it feels like you're in the footage, you're in the moment. The storage starts at 256 gigabytes instead of 128 as it was the previous year, but the prices stayed roughly the same. We get a new A17 Pro chip built on a 3nm process. Thanks to the micro-architectural and design changes, we are able to get a 10% boost in speeds, and the neural engine on the chip should be twice as fast. We also get big improvements for the GPU. We get a 6-core GPU, which now supports hardware-accelerated ray tracing. Apple says we can expect a 20% improvement in GPU speeds, and they let us play games like Resident Evil Village. RAM is upgraded from 6GB to 8GB, and the phone also gets support for Wi-Fi 6E. We get the same refresh rate of 120Hz as before, but now the screen is even brighter, and this is something you can definitely notice. As the brightness now goes up to 2000 nits, we get a bigger battery, and it should be around 35% more power efficient. Here we come to the fact if the phone is overheating or not. I didn't experience any overheating issues with it so far, but I have experienced overheating issues with my iPhone 14 Pro Max. So if we're comparing these two devices, then the 15 Pro Max is definitely not overheating, at least not in my case. So overall, the iPhone 15 Pro Max, even if you're not noticing it, it really delivers some substantial upgrades, including camera, design, and performance. But you have to decide for yourself if these upgrades are worth your money. Once again, it's Dalinka, and thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for your attention, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!